Come on in, everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hey, huge thank you, guys. Huge thank you to our patrons. This means the world to me that you guys would support. Aru, Abel, Bart, Jacob, Jay, Mike, Mikey, Tuckmac, and William. Thank you so much for joining and supporting on Patreon. It means the world to me. Guys, if you want to support on Patreon, you're going to get your name in the podcast and in streams. And that's pretty cool because you're going to be famous just like me. And hey, you're also going to hang out with me and podcast guests on the private Discord server. So check it out below. It's cool because podcast guests sometimes show up on the server. And also you get to submit questions on the server for the podcast guests. And I will ask it to them. And I just did that today with this guy named Thomas. Not me, but this other guy named Thomas who he made a game called Kingdom. Perhaps you've heard of it. So check it out below to support. It would mean the world to me. And then also one final thing here, guys. Just remember, if you want to get a free little webinar here on how to make six figures with just a demo, there's a webinar below. Click that and check it out. The link is in the description and also in the chat. It's going to teach you how to make six figures, or at least how I made six figures, and I've done it multiple times, how to do it with just a demo. No, it's not a gimmick. It's actually possible. It's totally possible. Takes hard work and effort and talent, but I can show you how I've done it. All right, so be sure to check that out below. Okay, come on in. Irakil, Daniel, how you doing? Sean, how you doing? Sean says, good afternoon, Mr. Brush. Spark Labs says, let's go. Mike Jemmy says, I'm famous. Mike, thanks for supporting on Patreon. It really means the world to me. Irakai, welcome. Daniel, Toxie, how you doing? Come on in. Okie dokie, guys. Mikey is Mikey of Legend. Mikey's messaging me on the Discord server right now. He says, I'm Mikey of Legend. Yes, Mikey of Legend. Sorry about that. All right, guys. So today's going to be fun. We got a bunch of stuff to do. So we're going to jump inside of Unity, and we're going to go ahead and get started working on Twisted Tower. Hello. I'm looking at the chat here. Eric, Wesley, come on in. EL, welcome. Come on in. Okay, what are we working on today? Well, we were working on this yesterday. One of you asked a really important question. You said, can the TVs have music and sound playing? And the answer is I figured it out. Today. So here's what it looks like. Let me show it to you. And this is one of those things, guys, you have to recognize. You want to create some kind, if you're making a story game, you want to try and create some kind of scaffolding that helps you tell the story. So in this case, I have this TV here. Let me turn this down. It's a little loud. All right. So this is what we've got so far. Uh-oh. Well, it's broken, so we're going to have to figure that out. That's so weird.
I'm sure you are aware this tower is massive.
What was that? Hold on, let's take a look.
Silly halls to the magical attractions scattered up and down the tower.
That's so weird. I had an issue there. Let's double check and see what's going on. So yeah, anyway, we'll see what's going on here. I had a little glitch there, and I don't love it. That felt weird.
As I'm sure you are aware, this tower is massive. From the silly halls to the magical attractions scattered up and down the tower. You're sure to squeal for more as you climb. Just like the millions of guests who once circulated these great halls. Of course, all of them stopped coming after the slew of mishaps. But
okay, so I'm not sure if you could hear that, but we have sound now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Adobe Premiere here. And we're going to go ahead and add sounds to all of our clips. It just plays automatically like an actual TV show, which is really, really cool. EL says, you shouldn't let the cringe dialogue comments get you down, by the way. I've heard people say the same thing about Ken Levine. You can't please everyone. I totally agree. Mikey of Legend says, game dev time. Hammony says, I'm a CS student and I want to make video games. Any path or any advice where to start? UE or Unity? It doesn't matter. The best place to start is with a game idea. That's the best place to start. All right. Lambone says, Thomas, basically, the question is, Thomas, do you, is it just the demo that's completed, or is it the full game and then you're going to release the demo? The answer is most of the game is done, yes. Okay, let's open up Adobe Premiere and let's get the sound working for a lot of these clips here. Here we go. Okay, so we're using a low pass filter here and it really sucks. So hang tight. Way too much low pass. Why can't I edit it? There it is. Okay, good. So just go to the middle there and it sounds like a pretty decent low pass. And then we also need to add that static in. So the static, we're going to do this. Actually, who is it? It's this one right here. Yep. So we're just adding in sound. Guys, this is one of the things I try and talk about all the time. Leaning into your forte for game dev. So one of my fortes is video editing. And I can create really cool sort of cinematic things with video editing and sound. So that's what I'm spending my time in today is Premiere. And then we're going to have static here, turn it up. Here's what we got. So that's when he's talking about, oh man, we had some mishaps. You know, what's the big deal? Which I think is hilarious. So that's traps. We'll save that. And we're trying to get around -10 in volume. So let's see if it matches up here. So that's -6. Yeah, this is going to be a little too quiet, so let's turn this up. The traps here, we're going to turn it up. Let's turn it down a little bit. See, I'm trying to create a consistent volume right here, guys. And by the way, guys, if you haven't wish-listed Twisted Tower, the link is below. You'll get the free demo when it comes out early next year. Let's turn that down a little bit. Turn this up. Yep, there we go. We'll turn up the static a little bit. So when I say scaffolding, what I mean is quite literally we've programmed, or I've programmed, because I programmed this one, the system for the TV to turn on, and it plays clips during dialogue moments, and it also will play sound during dialogue moments. And I think I don't know if this is fully unique, like it's probably been done in games, but it's cool to be able to watch a TV and the TV explain the world around you, you know? All right. So we've got that one working. What else do we need? The castle. This one right here. We need fireworks sounds. So let's go ahead and grab some fireworks sounds. We're going to go to artlist.io. Yeah, this is Adobe Premiere, which is editing software. No, we're not in Unity right now. Well, we're in Unity and Adobe Premiere. Okay, we're going to do fireworks. So we'll download that one, and then we'll have some bang, pa, boom, pa. Let me be honest with you guys about something. The sounds in this game, I'm sorry, the video clips in this game, I'm not going to be this precise in the middle of the game. I'm not going to have this many video clips with this much, but we're setting up the story. So it's really important to be very granular. And also, this is the demo. and you want the demo to be full of life. Okay, demo is really, really important. We're gonna type in firework. We need a pop firework. Pa, boom, pa. Okay, we've got this one as well. Okay. All right, so we've got whizzing and popping. Let's bring it in. Okay. We're going to do a lower sound, so 50%. We'll do one down here as well. 40. One here as well. There's going to be static there. Copy the static. Now, I want to explain to you guys why I'm being so, I don't know, why I care so much about these video clips. I've got chocolate on my hand. I hope it's chocolate. Why I'm being so precise about these video clips is because the player is going to be staring at these. And you don't want the player just staring at stuff that's static. It's really boring. And that's going to cause drop-off in streams of the game. So we're trying to create engaging, almost cutscenes here. That was too early. This one's really low. We're going to go, so 30. We're going to cut out the beginning piece. This one's going to be lower. Speed, 20. And then this one goes right here. And then we're gonna mix all this together with some static sounds and stuff. Isn't that cool? And then we'll do another one right here. And this one's gonna be 10. We'll mix that one with this one here. Okay, so guys, this is what we've got for the fireworks. We're gonna make this one a little bit less here. Do 30, and here we go. Awesome. Okay, we also need to make sure that this is has a low pass on it. So we're just gonna do a simple low pass on this. Who knows what a low pass is? Who knows what a low pass is? And we're going to add it here to A1. And we're going to do just middle of the road here. We're going to copy this over. Copy, paste, paste. So all of them have a low pass on them now. And then we want them all to be at -6. So we're going to just bring up the master. We could even probably put on, for this one, we could put on a hard limiter. Where's hard limiter is... Where's hard limiter? There we go. The theory is with hard limiter, it should just set it to -6, but we'll see if it does. It doesn't. So that's too loud. I don't know why. The hard limiter doesn't work on the audio mixer tracks. I don't know why. We'll bring this one down as well. Too loud. Oh, that's A1. Ha. No wonder. There we go. And we need some static here. So we're just going to grab this static cut it, and bring it over here. Yeah, so a good way to think about your YouTube game, I mean, your game is like a YouTube video. If you care about streaming at all, it's good to think about it that way. Think about your demo as if I'm a YouTuber and I want retention and it's a 15-minute demo, what can I do to get the audience to watch the whole thing? The reason that's important, this is what Gavin taught me by me watching his videos, is Gavin, the creator of Choo Choo Charles, feels like if you can make it easier for YouTubers to do their job and capture an audience and keep them watching, your game will slowly get streamed. That more and more. That was a little late, wasn't it? We'll just let that go here. All right, I think this one's ready. Let's export it. We're going to call this one Castle. We need the employees waving. Hello. Hi. Hi there. Hello. We need that. So we're going to do that one as well. But let's just make sure this one looks good. So let's head to play mode and see how it sounds. Okay, guys? By the way, guys, I got a new monitor up here. So if I keep looking up, it's because there's a monitor here. But I'm trying to look at you. You're right there. But the chat's right here. So I'm trying. Okay, ready, guys? Let's take a look.
Tiny, as I'm sure you are aware, this tower is massive. From the silly halls to the magical attractions scattered up and down the tower. You're sure to squeal for more as you climb. Just like the millions of guests who once circulated these great halls. Of course, it's not comfort. But, you know,
Okay, so it's too loud. There's parts of it that are just too loud. And so we gotta figure out what the correct number is here. Let's look at the traps. I'm gonna say everything needs to be -6. Okay? Jason, shut your mouth. You always show up in the chat, always telling me I'm wrong, always telling me this, always telling me that, always telling me everything. And I'm sick of it. Yeah, we're gonna make sure everything's -6. I'll show you why. Guys, one of the things you want to do with games in general is whatever audio you're creating, pick a number and hit that number with all of your audio so that you don't have to guess what the audio should be. Okay, that one's really loud. We're going to make our low pass here the middle of the range here. Yeah, that's one of the issues with this clip. Guys, I'm still figuring this out, the exact standards for our videos, so bear with me here. That one's a little loud. What we want is this to be subtle and sort of subconscious. So I'm going to reduce the volume. Jason. I love when Jason, what are you working on right now? What are you doing, buddy? Okay, let's go ahead and export this. This is crowds. We're going to export crowds. And what we want is we want everything to be -6. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Good. And we want the castle one to be -6. Yeah, this one's a little quiet. So what we're going to do is just bring the volume up here. And here. And And we'll export this one as well. And then we can bring the volume down for the audio source. So what we did is we created a standard of a higher volume for everything. There's no imbalance of our audio in our video. Then in the audio source, I'm just going to drop it down. So it's nice and even and clean. Once you have a standard of the volumes, then you can control it in Unity better. Okay? All right, export that. Jason says 20 plus hours of net code for game objects later, and I can move each client independently. Sweet, it's working? Yeah, Jason's working on a multiplayer game, which is a huge mistake. I'm kidding. But it is hard, isn't it, Jason? Okay, let's bring the volume down. Now, this is the benefit, guys, of using prefabs. I can just grab the audio source here of our screen, and I can just drop it down to 0.25, and that's it, you know? It works across the board with all TVs now, right? Okay, let's go take a look here. Thomas, you can make a quick millisecond cut of a creepy imagery. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Tiny, as I'm sure you are aware, this tower is massive. From the silly halls to the magical attractions
That's what we want.
scattered up and down the tower. You're sure to squeal for more as you climb. Just like the millions of guests who once circulated these great halls. Of course, all of them stopped coming after this. Mishaps. But, you know, my...
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the volume down even more. The goal is for it to be very subtle. Your brain will almost fill in the gaps. We're going to do 0.1. And then I'm going to go to Premiere here. There's something wrong with this one. This one just isn't loud enough. I love the idea of quick, horrifying images. That's great. That's a great idea. Jason says, I'm too stupid for ECS. I'm doing game objects, but I'm making an arena-based car combat game. 8 players max, smallish arenas. That's cool. Dead Piece, what did Dead Piece say? As I mentioned before, the CRT looks like a flat screen, mate. What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, let's make sure this sounds good. Subtle, very subtle. If it's too loud, it's just going to be annoying.
Tiny, as I'm sure you are aware, this tower is massive. From the silly halls to the magical attractions scattered up and down the tower. You're sure to squeal for more as you climb. Just like the millions of guests who once circulated these great halls. Of course, all of them stopped coming after the sort of mishaps.
Isn't that great, guys?
But, you know, my biggest flaw has always been loyalty to my work. I didn't spend...
Okay, we need sounds. Hello,
creating
hi.
some of the most innovative cartoon
Hello.
films just to let a handful of laws get in the way.
Okay, let's do those sounds really quick. It's gonna be fun. We'll do it together. Although I actually have sounds for this already, so let's just see here. We've got teddy bears.
Hey! I see.
Yeah, all these sounds here. We're just gonna use these. No reason to reinvent the wheel, guys. You gotta do better than what I've been doing. I always reinvent the wheel every day. Every day, I'm reinventing wheels. And what you want to do is you want to say, no, I'm going to use the assets I already have. So let's be smart here and just put in some of these.
Hey!
And then we're going to do this one here.
Hey!
And then I also want one of the clown sounds. So what do we got here? We got clown. Awake.
Here I come! Whoa!
Believe it or not, that's me. I'm really good at clown laughing. Let's see if I can do it again. I think it's pretty good, right? But we're not going to reinvent the wheel here. We're just going to use it. We're going to use what we've already got. So let's grab that, put it into Premiere. So this one right here is going to be right here.
Here I come! Hey!
Yeah, we're going to put that one right here. We're going to do low or very slow. And I want them all to be kind of quiet. Or, I'm sorry, low pitch. This one a little bit faster. 70. All right, sorry, let me read the chat here. I'm a great clown. We'll add one here. During these cuts, it's important to just sort of cut between sounds. So stop it and then start it. That's what makes it more scary. And then we'll add one here.
Here I come!
And then we'll just add that squeaking sound, but we'll lower it. There's something about making the pitch lower in these old clips that's just creepy. So we're going to do that. We'll do 50% here. And then it cuts to this. I'm going to have it cut halfway through.
Hey!
And then we're going to do low here as well. We're going to do 60. Okay. See? All right, good. And then we're just going to grab this static here. This stuff I think is really important, guys. Yes, Thomas is right. No, Thomas is wrong. Let's take a vote. Yes, Thomas is right. This is very important to keep retention for these kind of games on YouTube. Or no, Thomas, you're overthinking it. I don't need all this lore. Hey, that's great. I don't even know if we need to do any of the high pass stuff or the low pass stuff, but let's just go ahead and do it. Thomas is always right. I like that. That's a really good way to think. Let's do a low pass. Pretty subtle here. We're going to copy it. And then we need to make sure, guys, remember, we need to make sure that the volume is -6 dB. I don't think people are going to miss this, guys. You have to interact with the TVs. You talk to the TVs, and it's like full screen. One of the things I've been learning is you got to make sure the player wants to engage with the story with an immersive sim game like this. You have to really want them to engage. If they don't engage, the game's going to be boring. It's just going to be boring because this game isn't hyper challenging. It's not very complicated, but the story is. And so I got to make sure that they want it. All right, let's export that. Honka honk. All right, guys, ready? Let's see how this sounds. I'm really excited about this. The middle one could use some ambient noise to add a little depth. Which middle one? I think the atmosphere is important, but I think lore is less important than people often say. This isn't lore. This is the story. Every element on these TVs is necessary. Yeah, this isn't side stuff. This is like the story. As a gamer, I would rush through to beat them. Diving into game development, I realize how much. Yeah, I agree with you that lots of players will do that. I think the majority of people who buy a game like this they're gonna be wanting story. That's my opinion.
Tiny.
Especially if it's marketed well.
I'm sure you are aware this tower is massive. From the silly halls to the magical attractions scattered up and down the tower. You're sure to squeal for more as you climb. Just like the millions of guests who once circulated these great halls. Of course, all of them stopped coming after the slew of mishaps. But, you know, my biggest flaw has always been loyalty to my work. I didn't spend 50 years of my life creating some of the most innovative cartoons and films just to let a handful of lawsuits get in the way.
I think it's a little quiet, isn't it? That one was quiet. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense why it would be so quiet. Okay, we're just gonna go for it. I'd rather it be quiet than loud, that's for sure. Abel says, is it too late to submit questions for the podcast? Yes, Abel, I just did a podcast with the creator of Kingdom today, about an hour ago. And I already submitted the questions that patrons had. But you can always support, or you can always ask questions in the future for other guests if you support on Patreon. Okay, guys, that's cool. You know what I want to do with the traps? I want to zoom into some blood and guts. Just like that. So let's go ahead and find some blood. Like something like this. Body or trap. Let's go to our traps here. Trapdoor with spikes. And we're going to go to find... Yes, here we go. This is what I want to zoom into. Just the body parts. This is a Christian game, by the way. Make this one the right layer. There we go. We want to sort of flash to it really quick. Just a screenshot. You know, it's nothing crazy. And I think showing his face is going to be pretty disturbing. When he says slew of mishaps, this is what we want to see. And we'll sort of zoom in and punch in and out. His arm got cut off. I like that. James doesn't remember this in the Bible. You haven't been reading the Bible very much, have you? This is all over in the Bible. All right. That's great. Look at that. How pretty. All right, you guys ready? We're going to throw this into an image. Actually, yeah, no. There we go. Create. And we're going to fade it out a little bit here on the edges. And we can just make this look great in Photoshop and then just quickly flash it in. Yeah. Prometheus says, sure, it's bloody enough for a Christian game. Go full Old Testament on it. 0 days without an accident? That's funny. I wish I could do something like that. We're slammed with stuff to do, though. This is important, though. I really do think that this stuff is it's worth spending my time on. I really believe it. I'm at the point now where... let's type body parts. I'm at the point now where I pretty much know what the game needs, which that's not easy, you know. So let me turn this down for you guys. Sorry. And then we'll do a split here. And it's going to be like like that. And it'll be loud too. That makes sense, guys? Guys, if you haven't checked out the webinar below, check out the free webinar on how to make money with your indie game. I've had some people who have said, that's a dumb webinar. How could you say something like that? It's so scammy. It's like, okay, to make $100,000 with a demo, it's not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's what indie game developers do all the time. Now, it is more difficult than usual because publishers work a little bit more tight with their money this year. But I think next year they'll open up. But it's also about crowdfunding as well. So check it out below. Prepare yourself for 2025. I think it's going to be a good year. That's just my opinion. So check it out below. It just teaches what I've done and how I've made 6 figures. I've done it multiple times with just a demo. So check it out below. In fact, I was talking to one of my guests today on a podcast, and that's what he did too. So check it out below. Okay, what am I doing? Let's go to our links here, and I'm going to drag in the body parts, and they'll just go right here. And we'll make it loud here. And then we'll punch in. Excuse me. Just like this. Okay? So just a cut, and that was a really good idea. Whoever said that in the chat. So we'll do this one. Scale her up, and then we'll go closer. After the slew of mishaps, yeah. We'll do a sort of a higher pitch sound here where it's sort of scary. That's great. If publishers are kind of slipping in terms of earnings income with your game, what would you recommend is the best source of funding? Smaller deals. So smaller deals with publishers, so $50,000 to like $250,000, which honestly, those are the only deals I would take. I've been in situations where I've taken more money, and I don't like those, to be completely honest with you, because they make me feel, man, I feel like to the publisher, and I don't want to be that. Let's turn that up a little bit. Also, good funding sources are Patreon. You guys can see me doing it right now, right? Live streaming, doing Twitch, building a following, and getting Patreon support and offering them something in return. That's a great way to get funding. Kickstarter is another phenomenal option. Early access is another phenomenal option as well. So that's 4 right there. And some of you might think, well, Patreon, that doesn't count. It really is. Patreon is basically Kickstarter, but on a subscription model. That's all it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. That's our traps. Sorry, I'm reading here. Who said it's so dry? What does that mean? This is from Brian. Brian says, I got more interviews with no degree 2 years ago for software. Today I have a degree and interviews are nowhere to be found. Yeah. Well, 2024 was just a year where I cannot tell you how many business owners that are like local business owners that are friends of mine who were killing it during the COVID era. And 2024 was just rough. And so at first this year I was like, man, I guess it's just really hard in the games industry. And now I'm going, why is it that every business owner I talked to who had money coming out of their nose is struggling in 2024? And I'm like, it's just a bad year. So I think the market's about to open up. That's my theory. I think 2025 is going to be freaking awesome. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's go ahead and enter play mode here, guys. Take a look. Mirage says, is Twisted Tower fully made by yourself, or are you doing it with a team? I was doing it with a team. That's why I had a publisher, because I had a big team. I was spending tens of thousands of dollars every month on my team. They recently wrapped up the project. Now it's just my job to go in and make the story work.
As I'm sure you are aware, this tower is massive. From the city walls to the magical attractions scattered up and down the tower, you're sure to squeal for more as you climb. Just like the millions of guests who once circulated these great halls. Of course, all of them stopped coming after this sort of mishaps.
Oh, that's great.
You know, my biggest flaw has always been loyalty to my work. I didn't spend
why is that?
my life creating
Hold
some
on.
of the most innovative cartoons and films just to let a handful of lawsuits get in the way.
How do we feel, guys? Guys, does it bother you that the screen flickers every once in a while? Does that bother you when it's like... Does that bother you? Let me know in the chat. Does that bother you guys? I could go for a Zen right now. Hector, do you know what I mean, buddy? Oh, can you imagine? A loud sound would be a cherry on top for the... Okay, I'll crank up the volume. I'll do 2. It'll be just when we see... And I'm going to have this run for a little bit there towards the end. That's a long video. I hope the download file of this game isn't massive. But then again, who am I kidding? AAA is always like 10 times worse. Hector, I'm not craving a run. My foot hurts. Are Zins those spitless pouches? They're not pouches. They're pillows. They're pillows of joy. And they're also horrible. Don't do it. Don't do it. After the slew of mishaps. How many are employed at my studio? Currently 0. Well, Hector, I mean, Hector's contract, he does some email stuff and community management stuff. And he's in the chat right now if you want to say hi. This is our traps. We're going to save it. All right, let's go to the other TV. We have a few more other ones that we need to put in there. I don't need... How long is a Twisted Tower run? 4 to 6 hours. I think 3 to 6 hours. It depends. No, I said pillow double plus. Okay, so let's just do it one more time, and then we can take a look at the other videos outside. There's some TVs outside that do some lore building for us as well. Rapid Dev says you're making it alone. Oh no. Well, Rapid Dev, I had a team for 3 years. Where I'm at the final. I'm at the end of the game. I'm just putting in story elements.
As I'm sure you are aware, this tower is massive. From the silly halls to the magical attractions scattered up and down the tower, you're sure to squeal for more as you climb. Just like the millions of guests who once circulated these great halls. Of course, all of them stopped coming after this sort of mishaps. But, you know...
Oh, that's great.
Biggest flaw has always been loyalty to my work. I didn't spend 50 years of my life creating some of the most innovative cartoons and films just to let a handful of lawsuits get in the way.
Oh, I love that. Do I get giant points for how well I'm doing today? That's amazing. Okay, let's go. Let's go outside here. This is great, honestly. I think it just brings this whole game to life. Do I want to save? Do I need to save? I guess. Richard says, hi, I'm going to get fired next week. And my experience in Unity is the tutorials. I know programming pretty well in Unity. Should I go full-time game dev? Richard, let me answer your question for you. Should you start a McDonald's next week? Should you start a bar? Should you start any business next week? Well, do you have the capital? Do you have the experience? Have you proven that you know how to make money doing it? If the answer is no, then don't do it. I always recommend a year of money, of salary, whether that's funding or your own savings. Honestly, don't even do that with your savings. I wouldn't do that. Funding of some kind, and you already have wish lists for a prototype. No way would I ever recommend just starting full-time game dev for no freaking reason. Or I'm sorry, with no experience or no credibility. You haven't proven that you know how to make money doing it. That's just me. Really, I always recommend you got to start slowly making money. Successful business owners, they don't just start a business. They've made money and they know how to do it. And so they know how to turn it up. So it's really about a dial. Business ownership, game development is a dial. You start slowly and you start turn. You crank it up until you're full time. Don't ever do something full time until you've proven that you know how to make money doing it. Every level is done. Yes, rapid dev. Okay, let's go ahead and see what this other TV is. The other TV is going to need some sounds. Actually, we just go into Premiere here and take a look. Castle, guest list. We just need static sound here. That's all. So just kind of a little bit of a... That's all. That's all we need for that one. Do you think I'm being too harsh, guys? Yes, this is live. I just answered a question. Sorry, that was mean. I am intrigued by this pillow now. And why is it horrible? I'm so confused. Double plus goods. It's nicotine. It's really addicting. Once you suck on nicotine, you never ever don't want nicotine. It doesn't really ever go away. Here's Jaywick. Same thing here, okay? So we're just adding sounds, guys. And we're going to do like a thunderstorm here and rain and lightning. Ooh! Watch. We're going to do lightning, basic correction, exposure, up. Thunder. We'll start low. That one we need a little bit brighter. Up. Down. We're going to zoom in here. Up. So here's thunder. And we'll do like cars honking and stuff like that. Project Patty says those pillows are addictive. It's like I put a cigarette in them or something. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, nicotine is it's not good. It's not good. Well, it's actually wonderful. And honestly, the lip pillows they're not really bad for you in my opinion, but I would have them in my lip all day. And it was just not good because I just thought about them all day. So now my rule is if I'm outside, I'm allowed to do them. But that's the rule. Okay, let's go ahead and find some thunder here. Thunder. What do I think about the fact that the creator of Cuff decided to hire a 3D artist? Mirage, I think it's great because I was the one who told him to do it. Or at least I was one of many. Yeah, definitely. If you have the money and you're a good director, you should do it. All right, let's go ahead and grab this thunder, bring it in. And then we're going to do rain as well. Or let's just do a storm, rainstorm. And we'll do like screaming sounds, like a female scream. This website has so many types of screams that you'd expect to see in a certain section of Steam. I don't know why they have so many. Look at this. If I hit play here, all of you will leave the stream and go do something else. Like I said, scream horror. There we go. Oh. Screaming, stormy weather, and thunder. That's all we really need. Something about the sound of honk, 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 city honking makes me depressed. Viewers will peak. Yeah, there you go. Oh, I hate that sound. So that's depressing to me, so we're going to do it. This might bring you more viewers. What I mean by leave stream is they're going to go leave stream and get more of it. And we'll do one more here. Then we'll do some thunder. Screaming female. Let's have this last a little bit longer here. Oh! And then we'll have some thunder. We'll nest all this together. There's a lot here. And then we'll have some rain. From Jaywick in Essex. That's what we wanted. It sounds like New York City, yeah. All right, let's nest all this together, guys. Shoot. Why can't I nest you? Hang on. Can't nest it. Of course you can't nest it. Wow. Oh, I hate that. We'll just do it here. We're going to do a low pass. Right here. And I'm just going to copy that. Can I paste it here? I think I can. Yeah. The scream is dumb. We're gonna make those lower. We'll do 60% here as well. Good, guys. Save it. Hello, Koki. All right, we got Jaywick. What else do we what else do we need? I think that's everything. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out that webinar below, be sure to check it out. I already said that. If you haven't wishlisted Twisted Tower, can we all hop okay, guys, stay in the stream. Let's all hop over. Let's do it together. Here we go. I'll do it with you. Let's all hop over to Steam Twisted Tower. And let's all click this button, okay? Can you do it with me, guys? Let's go. Click that button. Why? So that by the time I launch the game, you give me your money. But I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, kind of. Head on over to Twisted Tower on Steam. Add it to your wish list because when the demo drops, you'll be able to play this beautiful game. Okay? Totally free. So go ahead, go over, do that now. And then we'll jump inside of here and take a look. I think that's all of them, honestly. Let's test it and see how it sounds. I also need some kind of creepy footage of... Well, we'll talk about it. Let's take a look at this film. Reg Talkie says there's a remove from wishlist button. If you don't want to buy... Actually, the truth is you really don't want people wishlisting your game if they don't actually want it.
All right, let's do this.
So,
this is your last
if you don't want
chance.
it, that's fine.
This can't be. It's been decades since we had a guest enter the
Let's see.
Twisted Tower theme park. To all my employees up and down the tower, please
I wonder
don
why
your
I don't
silly
hear their
outfits
sound.
and ensure the park is fully operational. Let's give
Isn't
our
that
new
weird?
guest the playtime of his life. After all, at the Twisted Tower, we always treat our guests to an absolutely
It's not working.
magical time.
What the F? Hang on, guys. We got ourselves a problem. Oh my goodness. I gotta assign that audio. Oh no! Oh, that sucks. I really hope I don't have to do that with every single TV. Okay, good. Okay, we're good, guys. Can I do a podcast with Danny? I have messaged Danny. I've actually
All right,
talked to Danny on
let's do
Twitter
this, Tiny. This is your last chance.
2 years ago. And he said he was interested, and then he never showed up.
This can't be. It's been decades since we had a guest enter the Twisted Tower theme park. To all my employees up and down the tower,
Okay, I can hear it.
don your silliest outfits and ensure the park is fully operational. Let's give our new guest the playtime of his life. After all, at the Twisted Tower, we always treat our guests to an absolutely magical time.
Okay, it's a little quiet, isn't it, guys?
This should come in.
Patricia, hand me that. Let me look at the guest list. What's your name? Ah, yes, Tiny Martin. What an interesting name. It says here you're from Jaywick in Essex. Yikes. So you don't come from money? No, not in the slightest.
My theory is we turn it up. You guys, I think I'm right. Whew, let's do it. Let's turn it up. It's too quiet. 0.2. How about 0.23? You guys want to try that? Let's do it one more time. And then... You know, I really like that, Henry, that it looks more like Arkham Asylum than Bioshock. I like that. I really would prefer that. Okay, let's see if the audio is better.
This can't be. It's been decades since we had a guest. All my employees up and down the tower. Please don your silliest outfits and ensure the park is fully operational. Let's give our new guest
That's great.
the playtime of his life. After all, at the Twisted Tower, we always treat our guests to an absolutely magical time.
Brilliant. That's so much better.
Patricia, hand me that. Let me look at the guest list. Ah, yes. Yikes. So you don't come from money? Not in the slightest.
Oh, my word. Sweet. That was great. Are there any other TVs I need to worry about? Let me think. But that's not important to me. There is one more, and it's where she arrives by ferry. You will not believe who arrives by ferry. Charlotte, sweetie, cat got your tongue? Tiny, I'm baffled. Charlotte seems upset. Other than that, no. Wow, I think we're done with the TVs, guys. Okay, I gotta go to the potty room. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Tuckmac, what are you saying? What are you saying, Tuckmac? Tuckmac said, it's like the audio files in Bioshock. Ken Levine said those saved the game. Did he really? It's funny that I'm discovering that. I'm serious, I've never heard him say that. I'm discovering that now. Like right now. You gotta have some story. Yeah. Jafar, I'm going to do my best to explain scriptable objects to you, and then we got to move forward. Guys, tell me if I'm wrong or right here. Scriptable objects are like game objects without any content other than a script, and the game object is ever present and available. It doesn't matter what scene you're in, it's always there. And it contains static information. Am I right here, guys? All right. Moving forward. We're supposed to play a sound when we can't eat our treat. So, let me show you guys what I mean. If I were to collect health, we'll just put some health right here. Some fries. Is there a reason I'm not using Fmod? Oh, I just don't want to learn it.
All right, let's do this, Tiny. This is your last chance.
Okay. So when I press this, when I'm trying to eat this, I should get an error sound. But I'm not. So we should figure out what's going on here. Let's go to our FPS controller. And we're going to go to our script here. Oh, you can see my dumb big head. Shut your mouth, Jason. Oh. Jason is really annoying. All right, player input. We have all these cool events. Ah, yes, we have a get throw request. So we need to do a get eat request. But that's not important to me. Get snack eat request. Okay. Let's open up this script here. Controller. Player input manager. Get snack eat request. Oh, it's, where is it? This project is such a mess at this point. Player input manager. It's right here. So this is going to have a bunch of our functions in it that we can access with inputs. So in this case, we have snack eat request. There it is. Controller eat snack. So we're going to take a look at this function here. And there's a bunch of conditions in here. What? All right. Yes, here we go. It's supposed to play an error sound. See that? And I also want it to do a snash flash effect. So we're going to do the flash effect here as well. And then we're also going to make sure there's a eat sound or a can't eat sound. Just a boom, boom, boom. Or a generic error sound. Let's do the generic error sound. The wizard and I. Where was I? Eat snack. There it is. Okay, you guys ready? We should just get a generic error sound and a flashing effect where it is. That's all. We just want to give the player some kind of feedback that says, look, I understand you just pressed the button, but you can't eat a snack because your health is full. You're so dumb. That's what we wanted to say. That's what we're communicating here. Fmod is good for adaptive audio, i.e. music that changes based on gameplay. Correct. I just built the system on my own.
Let's do this, Tiny. This is your last chance.
So it's flashing, but there's no generic error sound. Let's double check and see why there is no generic error sound. Let's go inside of our character controller, and we have a player SFX component that has all of our sounds stored in it. This would be a good opportunity to use a scriptable object, honestly, and just store all of our sounds there as well, but we did it here. All right, generic error sound. It's right there. So why are we not getting it? What? We're going to have to debug.log this. Tried to play. Oh, that's the wrong one. Well, I thought I pasted it. What in the world? That's weird. Okay, whatever. Go back to 0.5, and I think we're good, guys. I think that's really all we need to do. We don't need to do anything crazy here. I've talked to publishers, guys, who have said, hey, whenever we sign a project, we immediately ask them, are you using Fmod? And that's because I've heard that Fmod is difficult to port to console.
All right, let's do this, Tiny.
That's what I've heard.
This is your last chance.
All right, here we go. I got full health, no big deal. Right? That's good enough for me. Okay, cross that off my list. This is by the way, guys, if you're interested, this is how I sort of keep track of my bug list. That's about it. That's how I've always done it. Well, that's how I did it for my first 2 games, and then when I had a team, I had to put it all on ClickUp. And now now that I'm alone again, I just do it on a notepad. Something really nice and tactile about it. Okay, eat, treat, can't sound. Can't eat, treat sound. That's done. All right. The Wizard and I. What am I doing? Patricia NBC. No, we'll kill that. Okay, we have an issue here. Let's double check this, guys. What we want is we don't want the player to be able to exit this by clicking. So this little prompt that appears on screen, this is another thing on my list here.
All right, let's do this, Tiny. This is your last chance.
If I click, I shouldn't... Okay, I can't get rid of it, so that's good. But if I press space, I can. I guess that's fine. Although, granted, I wish it was just start or escape. You know what? I actually think that we don't want the player to be able to press jump to close that. Do you guys agree with me there? Let's talk about this. If I have an overlay and it says, hey, this is an item you just got. Here's how to use it. I feel like I'm not going to make my case. I'm going to ask you, should pressing A or space, even though those are jump, should those be able to close the window? Yes or no? Yes or no? Answer. I agree. I don't agree. What happens is people are in the middle of a jump and they get a prompt and then they press it again and it just closes the prompt and they're like, crap. It is bindable, yes, it's bindable. So whatever jump is. Yeah. The thing is, I think that's in our FPS controller. Object interaction handler. So we have a bunch of oh, here we go. Look. Handle back. Okay. Where's jumping? Crap. Crap, I don't know why it's doing this. Wow. I gotta admit, I don't know how to close this window. I have no idea. This right here, this mini tutorial text. How is it even closing? What? Yeah. What? Hang on. Wow. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I think I got it. It could be in our input manager. Let's double check. Cancel as any? Space. Okay, so submit is space, which does make sense, but that should not close a window. Ugh. It's there as well. All right, let's double check here. Where am I? Here are events. Oh, geez. Yeah, it's not there. So I don't know what's going on, actually. Man, I honestly I have no idea. I can't remember how I built this. We're just going to avoid it and see if it comes up in beta testing. All right, next issue, next glitch. We need to go to the floor 0. And for some reason, one of the object hints, we're supposed to have a camera that looks at a door and it points to the door, because one of the things you want to do is at the beginning of a game, when you're first teaching the game, you want to teach the player to look at certain doors. And so we're going to force the player to look at a door. So let's enter play mode and take a look. Will there be any vlogs about Twisted Tower? Probably not. Well, maybe.
What the hell happened here?
It's so weird how it just no longer works. What was that called? This is a hint camera activator. It's crazy how it just doesn't work anymore. Isn't that funny how things just stop working? It's like, okay, we don't want to work anymore. Look, it's right here. Why did you get frickin' moved? What? Where is it? It's right there. So that's what we want. That's the idea. So that should do it. Let's take a look again.
What the hell happened here?
There we go. All right, good. Okay, that's all done. I don't know why that got disabled. So funny how that happens. It's like entropy. Okay, next bug. Making progress, guys. Be sure to check out that webinar below, guys. It's totally free. It's going to teach you how to make money with just a demo. For me, I made 6 figures with just a demo. Can't promise anything. I could just show you how to make money with a demo. It is possible to do it. And I'll show you how to do that. So click the link below while you're watching the stream and check it out. It's a beautiful day outside right now. Okay. There is an issue with floor 1. Let's jump into floor 1. Just going through bug lists, guys. Just a ton of bugs. And this is just for the demo. By the way, wish list below if you want to play the demo. It's crazy, yeah. Octopus says, the amount of times I test an old, I could really go for a Zin right now. The amount of times I test an old level and stuff breaks is insane. I agree. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here at, ooh, we got some baked lighting issues. I don't love that. That's fine, I guess. Honestly, this doesn't need to be static. Crap. It's almost like whatever, you know? Okay, so we have this right here. Oh my goodness, we got some issues, guys. This right here, it should have a green light. And that's like the baked. We don't want that. We want that to be real time. How'd that happen? It's a real problem. That's not good. Are you baked? This is mixed. I don't know why that's mixed. That's baked. Is this static? That's static. So strange. We got some issues with lighting in this room. So what we're going to do, we're going to clear the bake. This is just going to show you guys how baking can change everything. Like this is how it looks. We're going to clear the bake. Actually, not much. I kind of like that. That's interesting. So this point light needs to be real time because this room rotates. And then we're going to crank up the intensity here and the range. So the player knows, oh, there's a lever over here I need to get. Okay. It'll look like this when we move to. So let's increase our range and drop down the intensity, and that should do it, guys. Okay. So that's the lever we need to pull. We're just trying to identify it more for the player. We might need to do some sort of object hint, but I think we should. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to camera hint, camera activator. We're gonna put it right here. Let's go upside down, because we're gonna be walking on the ceiling, and I'm gonna put it right here. So when we exit and jump to here, we're gonna get, oh, there's a lever right there. Okay. So there is our object activator hint. There's the box. So the player is going to jump inside of the box, and they will get a annoying hint that says, hey, the camera is going to show you exactly where to go. And I know what a lot of you are thinking, Thomas, that's annoying. But the truth is, it's more annoying when you're just starting the game. Whoopsie. It's more annoying when the player has to backtrack when they just started the game. Okay, I think that's good. There's our object activator. It's right there. It should be good. It should be all set up. I just have to generate new GUIDs. Who knows what a GUID is? Let's look for duplicates. Yep. Okay, well, now we're going to fix it. It's solved. Yay. All right, good. Good. We want to make sure that object activator cannot be activated from the ground. So you just want to make sure that it's not too big. Yeah, the player could, so we want to bring it like this. Why is the volume so low? Is my audio low? Here, check. Is that better? It's a global unique identifier, and it's a random string. That's right. That's right, and it's based on the scene. Okay, do we want to test this? I kind of want to go ahead and bake, though. So let's bake our lights. The Wizard and I. Yeah, let's give it a little bit more vibrance. And then we're going to bake here. Is there anything I needed to do here? Stop rotate sound needs to play when we rotate the room. Audio source should be this one. And it's going to be 2D. It's stuck on my lip. Stop sound should be this. Okay. Guys, I can't show you everything here, so hang tight, okay? One sec. Almost there.
X marks the twist.
Shoot. How did that even happen? Something weird happened. Okay, so let's double check what's going on here. We had the hint camera activator. For some reason, we activated. I don't know what just happened. What? How did that happen? I came through this door here and it activated that camera. Oh, I know why. Because this is active. Pff, Thomas, don't be silly. Okay, we should be good here. I will try again. What do I use for version control? Git. How often do I commit? Like 4 or 5 times a day. If you want to play the demo, guys, the link is below for to wish list. This arena I'm going to get rid of really quick. I don't want to have to play the whole freaking thing. I don't want you to see anything. Okay, so that sound is still not playing. It should be a stop sound if it plays. Crap. We should be getting the camera activator. Maybe it's because it saved. It probably saved. Right there. Object activate. Yeah, it's saved. I think it did. What's going on? Yeah, it's saved. We need to clear it. Do patrons get to play the demo? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good reward for patrons. Okay, we're going to try again, and I'm not going to show you guys anything. Sorry. Give me just a sec. Okay, this should be a... Okay, good. Okay, so I should walk into it. There it is. And I just need to flip it upside down and it should work. I know what a lot of you are thinking. You're thinking, seriously, Thomas? Seriously? Trust me, guys. Trust me. And this is true with your game as well. People like Jason. Jason, are you in the chat? People are morons like Jason. I watched Jason play the demo. and he could not figure certain things out. Like, you would think it's right there, but they miss it. And the truth is I'm just joking, by the way. Kind of. The truth is, let's make this upright here. It rotates, so therefore we need to rotate it. But it's true though. Everyone's kind of a little bit moronic when they play your game. Let's do this. Son of a... Hang on, guys. Give me just a sec. I'm trying to think. Okay. There we go. There we go. We'll just position it over it. So it's nice and straight. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Oh. That's good. Jason says the room didn't flip in my demo. This is cool. Guys, you should know I'm joking with Jason. I'm actually looking at his house right now. Jason and I are good friends. Aren't we, Jason? Are we good friends, buddy? Or no? Oh, Gen Z gamers they're super fast. Gotta hold some hands at the beginning of a game. Okay, we're gonna turn off the positioner here. And guys, for some reason, we're not getting a close and an end sound. So I'm not sure why. But we really do need an end sound. So it rotates and it should go, and we're not getting that for some reason. I couldn't tell you, honestly. I'm not sure why that's happening. Let's take a look at the script and see. Maybe there's some condition that's not being met. 3? If audio source is playing, stop the audio source and play the end sound. How strange. Jason says, Thomas is calling players morons after spending 2 weeks playing other people's games badly. Or the games were bad. I'm just kidding, Jason. All right. Let's see here. So we're going to search for this usage of the end sound. And we're going to go to just this current document. We're going to search it. It looks like it's only used once. So we're going to do a bunch of debugs. Debug.log. Here one. Here two. And that's basically all we need to do. Set animation direction parameter. Set it to 0. So we're going to see if this one occurs and then this one occurs. My theory is this condition stopping it for some reason. You know? Thomas, are you solo on this project now? Yes. Okay. We need to get rid of this arena. Let's listen to the sound. And we're going to watch the debug as well, guys. Look at the debug. And we're going to see if we see one or two. Look at all those errors. Oh my goodness. So weird. It's not happening at all. If enable and animator events. Is it worth me fixing? You know? I don't know. I don't think it is. I want to hear a sound when it stops, but I don't know, guys. I don't know why this is not working. I didn't even see this one. This didn't even occur, nor did this one. Enable animator events. If enable animator events. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth my time, honestly. It's not worth my time. I just don't see it being worth my time. Oh, what if I do it here? I see. I think, my friends, I think we have an issue. Let's go to the stairs. So these stairs can be rotated with this button. Hey, does anyone know why when I click on this it's not showing up anymore here? I'm trying to remember that. What is that? I hate when that happens. Let's ask ChatGPT. I didn't make this game all alone. This game is a team effort. I'm the project lead. Why is it when I click when I select an object, why is it when I select an object in the scene view in Unity, it's not selecting the object in the hierarchy? She'll tell me. Crap. The object is locked. We're locked. We have an object lock in the, yes, okay, the hierarchy's locked. Ding! There we go. Okay. So, let's see here. When we go to our animation, we have a lever here, and it's controlling the stairs. There it is. It's controlling the stairs. And when we look at the animation, how it's handled, this plays a sound. It goes, Crap, guys. I don't know why it's not playing a sound. Oh well, it's not worth my time. We'll figure it out another day. All right. Make lever much more obvious to pull on floor 1 when flipped. I already did that. Popcorn bucket has a green outline, so we need to fix that. Okay, yeah, this has a really ugly green outline. So let's open that up in Photoshop. Ooh, that scared me. Let's open this up in Photoshop and take a look. We have several weird issues with green outlines. So we got to go to the very beginning here and just go clean them all up. Select inverse, delete. Just go through each one. These are all my pickups, guys. So you want to make sure that the weird outlines aren't showing up in Unity. This one here. The thing that's funny, guys, about making games is it feels, when you're making the game, it feels like it's never going to be finished. But when there comes a point where you go, holy crap, I feel like this is almost done. You just got to be patient, wait for that moment to come. It's a scary feeling, though, because it's like, wait, I don't know if I'm ready to let this thing go. You know? Loathing. Unadulterated loathing. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to merge all these together. Is it worth my time? I don't think it is. That we need to delete here so that, yep, there we go. Okay, I think we're good, guys. Oh. The biggest thing, this is from Josh. The biggest thing with finishing a game is that it leaves a massive hole in what you focused on for so long. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds sad, but I tell you what, I'm just so excited for that next step in my life. It'll feel so good when this is done. Popcorn bucket green outline. Good, that's done. And also I need to go to the popcorn and figure out why. If for some reason it's respawning. I don't know why the popcorn's respawning. So anytime you pick up popcorn, for some reason it respawns. Man, wow. I'm getting tired. It's like gonna stop me now. My whole life long. Let's go to floor 0. I know there's popcorn down there. We need to save this scene. I do need to bake. I'm going to write that down. Bake all scenes. Jason says, I wish my popcorn respawned. Junie, my Junie, why are you screaming? What's the matter? There it is. That's why. It says allow respawn. Could that be the reason, guys? Son of a... That's the reason. Are there any others that allow respawn? Yeah, look at that. Freaking cotton candy's respawning. Every man's dream. Nothing in this game, honestly, should respawn. Are you kidding me? That's so weird. Tiny little variables like that where you're like, oh, it's this huge bug. It's a problem with the save system. And then you find out later, no, it's not a problem with the save system. It's just you ticked that you wanted it to respawn. Okay. I'm looking for all the weird respawns. I think we're good. All the pickups cannot respawn now. What else am I doing? Oh, let's double check. So the bug list, guys, our bug list is officially done for today. We need to create a feature though that allows us to play sound effects in addition to other sound effects during dialogue moments to make things feel a little bit scarier. Boy, this sucks. I had this idea of making this guy. Oh, this is going to be rough. I had the idea of these statues turning their heads and looking at you. I think that'd be really cool. So let us see here. What do you think? Is that a cool idea? Bye, Jason. He says, I gotta run and go listen to a 6-year-old play Christmas songs. Hey! You should be proud. What do I want to do? So the statue, the scary music, voice acting for all call-outs. I got to do that. Yeah, we can do this one, but we need to add telephones to this teddy bear scene. So let's go to floor 1. By the way, if you haven't wishlisted Twisted Tower, wishlist below. If you have, and you want to learn more about how to make games and how to make money from games, there's a webinar below. You can fill that out and join the webinar below. Feel free to do that. Okay. So right here, instead of this teddy bear, I'm actually going to just put a telephone here. Because I noticed that there's too many teddy bears. So we're going to do a telephone there. And he'll come and chase you. There we go. Okay. Better win music. Wow, we have a lot of stuff to do here, guys. Shields. Teddy bears with shields. So, these teddy bears down here are going to have shields. So, let's type in Walker. Right here. There's a few walkers that will spawn here. There they are. All right. So, these extra enemies, 2 of them are going to be walkers with shields. Done. There they are. So they're going to be a lot harder to kill now, which is, again, the goal is with any game, honestly. It doesn't matter whether it's linear or not. I think what you want to do is make sure that the player is always sort of on their toes, at least in the first 30 minutes of the game. They feel like they're always being given something new, and their attention is grabbed because you teach them that they're always going to get something new. Then they sort of they're willing to grind a little bit after the first hour. That's my theory. So we'll see. We'll see. How long do you work on a day on a game? I didn't, over the Q3 and Q4 was just marketing and marketing and marketing. And I focused a lot on YouTube as well, which was stupid. Well, it wasn't stupid. It was exhausting. So now I'm trying to spend 6 hours a day. I'm trying to make that happen. Yeah. Okay, so we've got our extra enemies here. So that's good. I can cut that. Make some teddies have shields on floor 1. That's done. Yeah, so the theory with this, guys, is I'm thinking this guy, like this one here, when I walk up and see him, he's going to look at me, and then he's going to look up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up this guy in Blender, and I'm going to give him some bones on the head. I think this is going to be actually pretty easy. Of course it's not responding. Jeez. Loathing, unadulterated loathing. Let's see here. My whole life long. Oh, it opened. He opened, yeah? All right. Do you guys think that's a cool idea? It's these subtle things where you put a bone in him. If you press Control B or Shift B, you can focus in on a certain location here. And then what we're going to do is add a skeleton or an armature. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make his whole body simply have a subtle skeleton. I think that'll do. You think it'd be cooler if the eyes moved? Yeah, but it can't because they're golden. Although I guess I see what you're saying. And the eyes just looked at you? Okay, let's vote. Let's vote. Do we think it'd be cool if his head moved like this? Or like this? Imagine you walk in, guys. Okay, let's do a vote. Now, nobody type anything. Let's do a vote. His head's like this. He's like this. And you walk in, you walk in and he does this. Or it's this. And he follows you around. Head, eyes. That's our vote. Head or eyes. Type head if you think head is scarier. Eyes if you think eyes is scarier. Okay, we'll do eyes. Of course, you guys chose eyes. This makes it a little bit more challenging. I'll make them glow. I don't want this to happen with every statue. I want it to be with just a few. So the idea here is to separate them. Is it possible that the eyes are actually... Nope, they're not. Crap. Well, at least what we can do here is separate these. So selection. Selection. Separate by selection. There we go. And we're going to delete the armature. These are eyes, metal eyes. So we're going to save those and go into Unity. We're going to have to throw the material back on, though. Hang on. I know you can't see. I don't think it's going to be too subtle because I'm going to make them glow. Okay? They're going to be separate spheres. They'll rotate. This is tough. Okay, let me think here. Because they're already... No, I got it. Okay, so duck 2. This should work just fine. There we go. But I'm going to go into the actual variant here. Yeah, there we go. And this is going to be our Teddy. Okay, so what we need to do now is create spheres and then unwrap, but they're each the same. They're unwrapped, and then we're just going to do a simple emissive glow. That's a great idea. Really good idea. And guys, this is going to be so straightforward. So watch this. Add sphere. I don't want that many. I want like 20 and then 10. Shade smooth. Shade smooth. Shade smooth. And we're just going to do one because I can just duplicate it in Unity. I just want to create the functionality of one eyeball. Okay. And we're going to call this moving eye. Subtle. So that's our moving eye. And then what we want to do is unwrap it in such a way that we have a seam here. Edge, mark seam. Unwrap. And it should unwrap cleanly. Of course it didn't. That's mark edge, mark seam. That's a seam. Okay. We're going to unwrap smart. Nope. Let's project from view. There we go. So that's his eyeball. That should do it. So it's just one eye. Object. Set origin in the center of mass. And this is going to be hidden by default. Guys, I really do think you're going to like this. So we're going to make this hidden. Save it. I don't think it's going to look funny. I think it's going to be scary. Okay, we've got our moving eye. We'll go into our Teddy variant statue. There's our eye. So what we could do is, I'm going to rename these actually. So these are eyes. So that when we go inside the prefab, they're called eyes. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Moving eye is disabled. Got it. Then we're going to go to just this one here. this is going to be its own little variant. Actually, no, we're going to get it working perfectly like this. Okay, let's go ahead and open up this statue here, or this image here. We're going to call this just the teddy eyes. Then I can just open this up in, just going to be white, honestly. Shiny white with a black circle in the middle. We're just going to start with that, and then we can get detailed later. This will be really cool. I think you guys are going to like this. All right, center that up. Let's do a PSD so we can edit it quickly. I think this will be really interesting to you guys because it's going to show how you can, well, obviously you guys came up with this idea. I think it's brilliant. But you can create things that are really simple and oh, it's so pretty outside. I really want to zen. It does. Being watched. Yeah, it makes you feel like you're being watched, which I really like. Okay, here's our moving eye. I'm going to disable the eyes. And here's our moving eye. We're going to make a prefab out of it. We don't really need to, actually. And then we're going to just drag that here. It should be unwrapped properly. I'm I think I've got a situation here that we got to solve. The moving eye, his rotation is kind of odd. So what we need to do is rotate it so that its default. Actually, I don't think it matters. I'm fine with it looking straight. No, I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and add a look constraint to it and see if this helps. By the way, guys, this unwrap here, the back side over here, what we need to do is we need to go to one side of it. But we'll see if that's a problem. I actually don't think it is. But I'm going to take this here, do this, save. And then, I know I'm not making sense. Give me just a sec. So that doesn't look as scary, and I think I know why, but it doesn't matter. So here's a moving eye. We're going to zero out its rotation. Let's actually do, whoa. All right, so let's go ahead and go in here, go to our moving eye. We're just going to get this one working, okay? So we're going to do look constraint. We're going to add a look constraint, and then we're going to say, look constraint functions, and it's add character controller to source at start. Pivot controlled by enemy? No. So what that means is when we enter play mode, it's going to find the character controller, and it's going to always look at the character controller. Let's make it shiny like that. Ooh, yes. And now all I got to do, I'm going to actually make a prefab out of it. Why not? I'm going to grab this prefab here, and I'm going to drag the eye. Statue, moving eye. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, well, I think I got it. Prefab, unpack. Whatever. All right, you guys want to take a look and see if this works? Let's enter play mode. And I'm just going to turn this on, because when we enter play mode, this section will disable. So what I want to do is select it and then turn it back on. Unity, come on. I actually love the idea of him having eyes and then only a few statues. their eyes will follow. Okay, so it's not set to active. So we need to turn it on. That's the one thing. Is active. There it is. We'll make him look down a little bit. Oops. 72. That's great. Copy. So actually, let's just set it to 78, 6.1, 10.54. So those are the numbers. For that, make sure it's turned on to is active. Turn that on. Constraints, set the values. We'll just do 80, 5, and then 10. Save it, and then we'll do 2 of them. Local. Who knows why I'm spending so much time on the demo? Does anyone know? Who knows why I'm spending so much time on the demo? All right, let's enter play mode. Take a look. Oh, crap. Hopefully that fixes it. Yeah, it gets wishless. If you get wishless, you win. You win the game. But your game has to be good. That's the trick. You know, do we like this? Is it good? Well, I'm going to make him look scary, but does this... Okay, he's following. He's following. Okay, we're going to do 93 and 89. That's all we needed to do there. 93 and 89. Okay. Okay, yeah. So now how do we make it scary? I'll show you. Lots of different ways. One of the ways you could do is red, black with red. Actually, let's try this. Let's just see how it looks with pinpoint eyes. There you go. That's one way. And then red. Watch this. You could do red here. And then white in the middle. It would be cool if one of the statues' whole heads moved, though. That's funny. EL says they should look away when you look up at it. Like he's not watching, yeah. All right, let's see here. Let's enter play mode and take a look. Delay? You think we should have a delay, Hector? He looks high. I love that. Yeah, that's not scary. It does kind of feel like an illusion. AGMGD says, yeah, you can't really tell. I wonder how to make it delay. Let's ask ChatGPT. I like Unity's look constraint built-in function, but I wish I could make it delayed. So it lagged a bit. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. All right, so she wrote me a smooth quaternion. We'll see if hers works better. I don't want to do this. We have too much to do. Now, the next question is this. You think big black eyes? What if we did black eyes with white glowing centers? Oh, geez. That's not scary. Especially if it's glowing. It'll feel more mechanical. It still doesn't look like he's looking at me, you know? It's kind of weird how it just doesn't look like he's looking at you. I kind of have an idea. So, watch this. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, it does look like a reflection. The idea is something like this. He's looking like this, and then he goes. Huh. Yep, guys, that's all I've got time for. Be sure to check out the link below to see if you're interested in getting that free webinar. Let me show you really quickly what that looks like. Sorry, my camera just went out. Yeah, this is going to show you how to make money from your actual demo. And I can just tell you that I made 6 figures with my demo multiple times. And that was through Kickstarter. That was also through working with publishers. So if you're interested in checking this out, click the link below and you'll learn how to do this. I can show you what I've done. And also, hey, wishlist Twisted Tower below. See if that's something you're interested in.